Right, we have worked on this study guide as we have wrapped up our money unit and we are preparing for our common assessment. I wanted to go ahead and work it for you so that you would see kind of the expectations and what was going to be on their test tomorrow. So the first one says, what is the value of the coins below? And we have talked about a couple of different strategies that they can use. The first one, and probably what I find easiest for them, is to use our hairy money method, which is where we give them 1 hair for every 5 cents that coin is worth. So my quarter, being worth 25 cents, is going to get 5 hairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My dimes are each worth 10, so they will get 2 hairs. And then I just count by 5s to find their total. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95 cents. The other one we talked about was to put their value inside of the coin. So a quarter is worth 25, my dimes are worth 10, and my nickel is worth 5, my penny is worth 1. So then I can start to add and count them together. 25, 10 more would be 35, 10 more would be 45, 10 more would be 55, 5 more brings me to 60, 1 more brings me to 61 cents. So then again, they could use either of those methods, or some even like to kind of write a standard algorithm of, hey, I have 1 quarter worth 25, 3 nickels worth 15, and 2 pennies worth 2 cents each. 5 plus 5 is 10, 2 more brings me to 12, carry my 1, and I would find that it was worth 42 cents. We have 1 more counting coins, so they can use any of those strategies to find that that was 75, 85, 97 cents. The bills, they've done really well as long as they will pay attention to how much it's worth. The struggle that I have noticed is, so they'll find that it's worth 2, but they want to put 2 cents and not $2. Or they want to put that dollar sign at the end, and I'm trying to remind them to put it at the front. And then I have 5s. We can count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And again, I want them to put the dollar sign so that I know what they're talking about. And make sure that that dollar sign is at the front of that number. This one is where we had some struggle. They had to choose coins and bills to create an amount of money. And we've talked about there are many ways I could create an amount of money. But I guess some of that freedom, it kind of gives them some anxiety about it, and they get a little frozen when it comes to doing it. But we've talked about it. We have worked on it in class. If they take a breath and try to think about it, they usually can come up with a couple different ways. So for this number 7, draw 2 ways to create 65 cents. We've talked about one of the easiest ways is, of course, I could use 65 pennies. However, I do not want them drawing 65 pennies. That gets a lot for them to have to draw. It's time consuming, and it's a lot for me to have to count. So I have told them that it is perfectly acceptable to write 65 times and then draw the pennies. So, and we talked about that means that I have 65 pennies, which would be the same as if I had drawn it, but it's much quicker. Another way, they could draw me 2 quarters, a dime, and a nickel. Now, they only had to give me 2 ways. I'll give you just a couple more ideas of some things that I saw that they could have done. So they could have done a few dimes, 6 dimes, and then a nickel. Or they could have done, I saw this, a quarter, a nickel, and then 3 dimes, and then 5 pennies. And I really don't care how they draw their money. Some like to put the first initial of the coin in the middle of it. Some like to put the amount. I don't care as long as I can recognize what coin they have drawn. So there are 4 ways that they could have done 65 cents. 90 cents is kind of the same idea. We could have done 90 pennies. They could have done 9 dimes. They could have done, really, I mean, they could have done, and one of my kids did this, they did a dime and then said plus 80 pennies. It works. Could have done 3/4, a dime, and a nickel. Any combination of coins to get me to 90 cents is acceptable. The bills, they did pretty well with this one. They just have to remember to pay attention to my dollars. And we have talked about my cents are round and my dollar bills are rectangular or square. I should be able to tell a difference between a circle and a rectangle. So 2 ways to create $15. We talked about we have 1s, 5s, 10s, and 20s, which a $20 bill would be too much for this 15. So one simple way, and I saw many do this, would be 15 times a $1 bill. 15 ones is perfectly fine. I did see some that would do a $10 bill and a $5 bill. Some did 3 5s. That's great too. Or some did something like a 10 and then 5 $1 bills. Anything that they can do to create $15. And again, they only had to do 2. I just wanted to give you a few extra ideas. I'm going to go ahead and skip past 13 and 14. They had to create 50 cents. Could have done 2/4, 5 dimes, 50 pennies, 10 nickel, any combination to get to 50 cents. The word problems is probably where they got tripped up the most. And I made them remember that you have to show your work. I'm not a mind reader. I need to see how did you get to your answer. And we have talked about breaking down our word problems so we can identify what we're trying to do. So Garrett went to an electronics store and spent $229 on a new computer. In addition, he bought a new TV for $487. How much did Garrett spend overall? This one really tripped them up, and I'm not sure what the issue was, but I had to act out with several of them. Okay, you're going to be the cashier, and I'm going to buy this computer for this amount and this TV for this amount. What is my total bill? How much do I need to spend in all? They were wanting to subtract instead of add. But if we add $487 plus our $229, 7 plus 9 equals 16, 8 plus 1 plus 2 equals 11, and 1 plus 4 plus 2 equals 7. So we should have had an answer of $716. And again, they needed to have that dollar sign. This one also tripped them up. I had a lot that told me the answer was 0, and we, again, had to kind of act it out of, hey, I went here and did this, I went here and did this, so how much did I spend? So Jeffrey spent $10 to play miniature golf and $10 at the arcade. How much did Jeffrey spend in all? So he spent $10 playing mini golf and $10 at the arcade. When I add that, because he spent it both, I would get an answer of $20. And I told them they didn't have to have the decimal. Some started to get confused there, and that's fine to leave it off. This one cost a little bit of trouble. Kim has 49 cents. Sierra has 38 cents more than Kim. How many cents does Sierra have? So we talked about, okay, well, we're looking for how much Sierra has. Well, Kim has 49 cents and Sierra has 38 cents more than that. So I need to add 49 and 38 to find how much Sierra has. 49 cents plus 38 cents. 9 plus 8 equals 17. 1 plus 4 plus 3 is going to equal 8. So Sierra has 87, and it has the cents, so they didn't have to put the cent sign. Tom and Bob went to the arcade. Together they spent 99 cents on games. If Tom spent 42 cents on games, how much did Bob spend playing games? So we used our model method with our boxes. So together they spent 99 cents. Of that 99 cents, Tom spent 42 of it. So how much did Bob spend? Well, looking at it like a fact family, 42 plus x would equal 99, which means 99 minus 42 should equal my x. So 99 cents minus the 42 cents that Tom spent. 9 minus 2 equals 7. 9 minus 4 equals 5. So the answer should be 57 cents. All right, this one, if they would draw it out, they did much better for the ones that had trouble with it. There were 2 ways that we've talked about how to do these problems, and I'll show you those 2 ways over the next 4 problems. So if you have 2 dimes, 2 nickels, 2 quarters, 6 pennies, what is the value of the money you have? So, and what I've told most of them to do is go back and draw it. So you have 2 dimes, 2 nickels, 2 quarters, and 6 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Use your hairy money method. So they get 2 hairs, a hair for each nickel, and my quarters get 5 hairs. My pennies are bald, they are only worth 1 cent. So then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. Okay, so 86 cents is how much they have, and we have to have that cent sign again. The other one, when we did bills, I told them the same thing. So if you have 5 $10 bills, 4 $5 bills, and 12 $1 bills, and it's asking how much money do you have, draw a picture. Money is perfect for drawing pictures. So I'm going to have 5 10s, I'm going to have 4 $5 bills, and 12 ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so then again, just count it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82. And even after they drew it, because I know it can be a lot, I told them, okay, so go back and look at your $10 bills, your $5 bills, and your ones, and write the total. So my 10s, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. My 5s, 5, 10, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. And then my ones, there were 12 of them, so they would have a value of $12. And I could add them. 0 plus 0 plus 2 would equal 2. 1 plus 2 plus 5 equals 8. So I would have gotten $82 that way as well. The other way was to kind of make a list like that. So you have 7 nickels, 5 pennies, a quarter, and a dime. What is the value of the money you have? So 7 nickels, that equals 35 cents. My 5 pennies equals 5 cents. My 1 quarter is going to equal 25 cents. And my 1 dime equals 10 cents. Adding down, I get 15, carry my 1. Adding down again, I'm going to get 75 cents. And then here again, so I have 2 20s, which would have a value of 40. 1 10, which would have the value of 10. 5 5s, which would have the value of 25. And 9 1s, which would have the value of 9. Adding down, 4, carrying. Adding down, I get $84. I hope this helps you as you help your child prepare and understand what's going to be on their test. Thank you.